Today, Labour Minister Monte McNaughton handed in his resignation after more than 4 years in that role. He is the third minister to step down in less than a month. Jason Gaidola joins us live with the very latest tonight. Hi, Jason.
Yeah, good evening, Taz. However, Monte McNaughton says that his decision had nothing to do with the recent news regarding the province and that he is actually moving on to a new job in the private sector. Regardless, the Premier had to reshuffle his cabinet once again this afternoon.
We're going to continue moving forward on our mandate, and the people will hold us accountable.
Following Premier Doug Ford's U-turn on the Greenbelt land swap in Niagara Falls yesterday, his PC cabinet heads back to the drawing board and also back to Queen's Park next week with a cabinet reshuffle. The Premier's office says 4 new ministers have been appointed, including David Piccini, who moves on from the environment file to the Labour one. Today, MPP Monte McNaughton says he's stepping down from his seat and quitting politics. He tells CHCH News this morning he took a job in the private sector. And I realize that recent events will cause some to speculate about the reasons for my departure. I want those people to know that my decision is completely unrelated to those events. Premier Ford reacted to the news, adding he made this decision based on what is best for him and his family at this point in his life and career. I am grateful for Monte's work as a key member of our team.
I always knew I could trust Monte. I'm going to miss him. And I'm sure he's not saying this, but he doesn't want to be any part of this mess.
However, opposition is calling the latest move a sign of disarray, now that the cabinet sees its third minister resignation in less than a month.
The third minister in as many weeks in this government to resign, to step down. And I'm beginning to wonder whether, in fact, we're going to have anybody left to question on Monday at this rate.
The legislature is set to resume next week, right at the heels of the Greenbelt scandal that involved 2 probes. The findings included a process that favored certain developers.
I've worked in the Premier's office. I've worked in ministers' offices. I've worked with ministers' offices. It doesn't work the way they say it did. It can't. I can't believe that.
Yesterday in Niagara, Premier Ford was asked how he thinks builders will react to the cancellation.
That's a decision that we've had to make, and I can't determine what the builders are going to do.
Their constant mismanagement has left Ontarians footing the bill. So I certainly hope this doesn't result in Ontarians having to pay out further.
I suppose the good news for Premier Ford is that he's got years to work with. The bad news is that what's been lost is very difficult to regain.
Political analyst Lori Williams believes the loss is public trust.
Some of the questions around this whole Greenbelt controversy is whether the homes being built were going to be affordable. Then a failure to actually appreciably solve the problem between now and the next election could really be damaging.
Now, despite the Premier's cancellation of its Greenbelt plan, opposition leader Mart Stiles says her party will still table its Greenbelt Restoration Act when it returns to the legislature. Sitting resumes on Monday.